Hi, today I'll teach you how to squat heavier and better by narrating my story of me squatting 60 kgs to now squatting 130 kilograms. Hi, my name is Neil and I've been going to a gym for like 4 years consistently. When I started, I had really small legs. Now I have really big legs, which only a horse would be proud of. In this video, I'll just boil down all of my experiences and lessons which I've learned over the 4 years into an exact step-by-step process which you can follow to improve your leg growth and your squat. I put up a video of me squatting 130 kilograms. This was a week ago. My friend was also there. He really hyped me up. Okay, I'll get down to the step-by-step protocol which I just made half an hour ago to get better at squatting and squatting more weight. So, step 1. Only train squats, RDLs, and calves for legs. That's it. No cute knee extensions, leg curls, or hip thrust. None of that shit. Only squats, RDLs, and calves for legs. Why? Well, I thought to myself, how would I get bigger legs? I would get bigger legs by focusing on compound movements, which give me more bang for my buck, in the way that they give me more muscle stimulus for the amount of effort I put in. Right? So the biggest lower body compound movement which you have is the squat. So I thought, how would I improve on the squat? Because if I did, I'll get bigger legs. I'll improve on the squat by squatting more and squatting with correct form. Well, this is an essentialist approach to take because what essentialism means is that to improve drastically in an area of life, for example, our squat, we want to increase the amount of weight we squat, right? So to improve drastically in that area, we have to only focus on that area and like eliminate all other ones. To drastically improve in one area of our lives, we have to focus on only that area to get big results. Incorporating other things like cute exercises like knee extensions or leg presses like will stunt our gains while squatting. Will stunt the rate of gains of your squat. Like you won't make as much fast progress as I did if I only did squats to improve my legs and you like did other things. Well, first of all, if you want to improve at a thing, would you do other things to improve at the thing? No, right? You do the exact same thing. Like to improve at basketball, you wouldn't practice football. You would practice basketball. So here we're doing the same shit. We're eliminating the other factors like hip thrusts, knee extensions, and leg curls, and we're just doing squats to improve on squats. So this is the exact mistake I made 4 years ago, and I would like still incorporate other exercises like I would do leg presses after my squats, I would do RDLs after my squats, and it took me like 4 years to get to this point now. So learn from my mistake and eliminate these exercises. We also do RDLs and calves because we also want to grow our hamstrings and glutes, right? Well, doing all these like large compound movements instead of the small machine movements like trains your spine and your body to like be better at it. It trains your spine to be like stronger and like handle the forces going through it better so that you're better at these compound movements. Basically adapting to be like stronger. My by just doing this, my gym sessions are shorter. Today I went to the gym and just did legs. I did my squats, I did RDLs, and I did my calves. That's it. Then I left. It was like half an hour, 1.5 hour of like exercising. That's it. And I could focus on other things in my life other than the gym. And while still doing this, I have really large legs. My leg growth has not been compromised. You might be thinking that you also have to do the other things to get the aesthetically sized, aesthetically looking legs, right? But no, how is that working out for you? You still have like small ass legs, right? You can't even squat like 100 kilos without like whimpering. Since you have like clicked on this video and you want to improve on your squat, you take my advice and just acknowledge the fact that I'm like better than you at this skill. And just take my word for it and do as I say. My leg growth has not been compromised by just prioritizing squatting and RDLs over doing the other stuff. Step 2. Reset the amount of weight you do and perfect your form. I put up a video of me squatting and explain the cues I do, like the mental things I play so I squat better with correct technique. Why should you improve your form? Because it's probably shit. you can't progress because it hurts when you progress and you don't want to injure yourself. Well, we fix this by resetting the amount of weight that you do and using that light weight to like learn and correct your technique such that you when you go up to higher weights, you're doing it with a safer technique and that you don't injure yourself basically. So for me, this is also an area of improvement because today when I was squatting 135 kilograms, I was compromising my technique in order to do like another rep of a weight which I can't really handle. Like while I was squatting, my left knee was caving in when I was coming upwards, but I still kept squatting. Why? Because I just wanted to achieve the PR of 135. So I must also do this thing like and like reset, then correct my technique, then progress again. So the cues I follow to like squat better is that first of all, when you're there under the rack, right, and you're about to go down, first of all, you'll inhale, fill up your torso with air, and think of it like a pillar. Make it strong as a pillar before you go down, such that you won't like flab around and just fail while you go down. No, it's very strong, makes you strong. So the second cue is that imagine your rib cage is above your pelvis and try to make it so. So while you're going down, some people tend to lean forward a lot. But with this cue, you imagine that your rib cage is above your pelvis, which automatically like corrects that mistake and doesn't make you lean that forward. Third is you should have a wide stance when you're squatting with your toes pointing outwards. This will just give you a stable stance and you could like lift more by like standing wider and just yeah being more stable. Another technique is that another cue is that you retract your shoulders and you depress them. And after doing that, you get underneath the bar and make it so that the bar is sitting on your traps and not on your neck. This is just correct technique and will just prevent you from having like future neck pain. So just do it. I'll put up a picture of like correct way to like position the bar over you. Third, in the description, I'll link my Strong Lifts program, which I've like followed for a month or two now, which makes you squat every other day. Honestly, this made me jump from like 110 kg of squat to like 130 kilograms in 1 month. And my one friend in the gym who we have like the vibe of like we compete with each other's with by just telling each other our PR. He's like really astonished. Like, how did you go from like 110 to 130 in just 1 month? And I did this exact program, which I've like linked below, 6 days a week. This is like a full body program. And this by following this thing, you'll practice your squat more so that you're better at it. And every single time that you do the squat, you'll get a sense of progression because in this program, you continually increase the weight every single time you do it. I'll tell you how. So in this program, you just do 5 reps for 5 sets. That's it for squats. Then you do other stuff, but I'll talk about the squats one. So you do this 5 reps at 80 to 90% maximum intensity. For example, 100% maximum intensity would be like doing the 5 reps and then you fail and then you can't even do the 6th rep because you are 100% intensity. So actually squatting is quite dangerous and doing it at 100% will drastically increase your chances of injury. So I recommend doing these 5 reps at 80 to 90% maximum intensity. But if you can do more than 5 reps easily, you slightly increase the weight. For example, if you did like 5 reps of 100 kgs for squats or bench, and you thought you had a lot more in you. So for the next set of the 5 sets, you slightly increase the weight by 10%. You go from 100 kg squat to a 110 squat or 105 squat, while still making sure that the 5 reps that you do are at 80 to 90% maximum intensity. If you can't do 5 reps, suppose you can only do 4 reps of like an 80 kilogram squat, well, you swallow your fucking pride and you lower the weight such that you can do 5 reps. You go from 80 by reducing by like 10 kilograms, you go to 70 and you do that for 5 reps. And one great thing of progression in this program is that every single time that you come back new, and fresh to do your squats, you increase the weight by 5 to 10% every single time that you lift it. So for example, today I did a 135. No, let's take another example. For example, today if you do a 70 kilogram squat, so the next week which you come, you'll do 75 or 80 kilogram squat for 5 reps. So this also gives you like progressive overload such that you're like getting stronger and getting bigger in between every session because you're recovering and building muscle. And also that gives you a sense of progression, like getting stronger in the gym. Yeah. So I basically did this program which I put in the description for like 6 days a week. Just turn your brain off and just do the same thing. You remember how I told you earlier, just acknowledge that I'm like better at this skill than you? Yeah, do that and just turn your brain off and follow this advice. Step 4. You make sure that squats are the first thing that you do or train when you first enter the gym. This is pretty self-explanatory that if you come to the gym, you will conserve most, if not all of your energy towards doing compound movement like squatting, rather than just losing it to some like gay ass exercise which you just do before it. So for example, if you just come into the gym, you want to train legs, so you'll do squats first to like have most of your energy directed towards squatting, right? Which will make you squat heavier and squat better. Step 5. Warm up and start taking it more seriously than before. So even before like I touch the bar and do anything regarding squats, I'll just do these dynamic stretches. I'll like put up a video of me doing it. It's just basically leg curls, like doing it very forcibly from one side to another. This gets the blood flowing. This gets me ready for like explosive movement. I'll put up some good music while I'm doing this, like so I'm ready for the actual thing. And yeah, puts me in the mood, gets you ready for explosive movement. You can also search up like dynamic stretches for legs before squatting. So after that, I'll do like some squats like without any weight. Like I'll just do this and do some squats while following all the cues and imagining the things which I've told you earlier for me to like again practice and be better. I'll squat with no weight, then I'll get underneath the empty bar, use that for some time, get warmed up, then like put like half the amount of my maximum. Like suppose I was doing like 120 earlier, I would put up like 60 kgs in total of the bar, like 40 here, 40 here, and the bar is 20. No, 20 here, 20 here, and the bar is 20, right? So that's 60 kilograms. And I'll do that for like 5 to 10 reps just to get warmed up. After which I can hit like do my 5 working sets, right? Yeah. This prevents you from like suddenly jumping a lot of weight, which can really drastically increase the chance of you getting an injury. I don't want that for you. So that's why you gradually get warmed up by increasing the weight. The second last point, step number 6, bulk. Be in a calorie deficit, be in a calorie surplus. This will maximize your muscle gain and strength gains. The most progress I've had in the gym is like when I've like consistently bulked for 6 to 8 months, and I've like gotten bigger and like I've gotten stronger every single time. When I go to the gym, I just feel bigger and I'm like able to do more stuff in there. So go for a long bulk like 6 to 8 months, and do not have a mini cut in between. Even if you get like a slight bit chubbier, like no one really cares. Just go on a long bulk. It will give you the best chances of improvements on your score. So I've made other videos of how to like bulk efficiently. You can go and view them. The last point, step number 7, you have to improve your sleep. Squatting and RDLs give a lot of systemic fatigue to your system, and you have to sleep it off to like recover from it. And most of your muscle synthesis also occurs during sleep. So I've made guides of how to sleep better and how to sleep more efficiently. You're probably sleeping like really bad, so go and view them so that your squat increases and that you build more muscle. That was everything for this week. I've given you the tips and my stories of how I like went from a 60 kg squat to a 130 kilogram squat in 4 years. All of the experience and lessons just for you, boiled down in 18 minutes. So if you gain any value from this video, follow me on Instagram. I'll link it below. And thanks for watching.